Hey there, welcome back DIYers. Today, yep, new project again. This is back on the 2005 Equinox, and got a little problem right here. Well, not me, but in the seat area right behind me. So, hey, I'll get into it. Let's get started. All right, so I want to show you what we got here. I'm going to turn on the car here. I'm going to go through its all bing, ding, ding, ding stuff here. So the problem I have on this vehicle here is my airbag light. Airbag light will not go off. I did have a friend of mine to go through and have put a scan tool on it. I believe it was a B0065 or 66. I'll put a little shot of it up in the window over on the other side of this. But hey, it says that my pre-tensioner is not working. Now, this vehicle was in a accident years and years and years ago. I don't know that they actually replaced the seat belt in it, but I believe it's in this post right behind me. We're going to go ahead and get that thing taken off, check it out, see if we can see if there's a problem with it. Maybe there's a connection issue or whatever, but we're going to tear into it, see what we can figure out, and hopefully get this so it'll actually work. Because if that light is on, your airbags and everything don't work. So that's kind of important if you thought that this was going to help you out and save you from a crash or something. But eventually, kids are going to be driving this, and yeah, I would like this thing to work. My oldest daughter has had this for a long time, and I think this has been a problem ever since she got it. So, like I said, I don't think that they ever actually changed out the belt in it. So, all right, first of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move the seat all the way up and get this pulled all the way up here, because we would like to get into this plastic piece here. So we're actually probably going to be working more from the back door rather than here in the front. But I believe I think we can pull off this one here. And I don't know if there's a screw underneath here. Nope, there's not. So we should be able to get that pulled out of there. See, there's old speaker sub stuff in there. But we're going to pull this out of the way and get this panel taken off and see what's going on. As you're going through these things, from what I have researched and looked at, they said, yeah, be careful making sure that, the wires are where they should be, nothing getting bound up or anything. But one thing we want to be careful on is we definitely don't want to set off any airbags for some reason. So, yeah. So I will make sure that I think we're going to go ahead and just disconnect the battery in here. Not going to hurt anything at all. We'll go under the hood, disconnect the battery, and then we can take this off. We can get a Torx bit, pull this up out of here, and we can kind of check it out. I did do a little bit of reading on how to test them and everything, but man, this thing looks like, I don't know, it's like there's fur all over it. But yeah, we'll get this taken out of here. We'll see if maybe we can determine whether or not it is an old one or a new one. Maybe there's a date code on it. And yeah, we'll get it fixed up. So let me disconnect the battery and we'll get started. Hey, while I go disconnect the battery, why don't you go down, hit that like button, or if you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button. Help me out here, guys. Let's go. Alrighty, now I got some Torx bits here. I'm gonna guess it might be this one. This one is the 55. Oh no. See, I didn't guess it right. So let's go one smaller. A 50. Oh yeah, that one fit nice. And I'm gonna try. Don't usually try this hard all right away, but wow, I cannot believe it's taken that much to get that to loosen up. All right, so I thought I was recording, but I was not. And man, lights are just falling and everything. So we got to take the seat belt out, of course. And we have 3 points that it's connected to. The other one is right up inside of here. And there's a, I'm sorry, there you go. Right up inside of here, and there's a little cover that goes on there. I did way too much work. This little cover should pop off, and then you don't have to take the top off of this, which is this piece here. I'm bouncing around too much for you, I'm sorry. That piece there does not need to come off that I did take off. All you need to do is take the cover that was on here for this adjustable height, and then take the bolt out, and then you're right here. You have this piece here. So then the third tie or third point is right here on the side of the seat. There's a screw right down here in the bottom. See that right there? There's a screw right down there, and then we'll scoot around to the outside or to the driver's seat, and then we have one that is right inside of here. Now I believe once we get those out of there, we should maybe, let me sit you down for a sec. Okay, now this seatbelt release, or not seatbelt, seatbelt recline lever pulls off, and then you can pull the rest of this off. Now then, all I have left to do now is take that bolt out down here. All right, so another thing I noticed too, the new seat belt came just like this, without the little, well, this piece at the very bottom, and this is kind of right down there by your hip on the side. I did find out, and I didn't know this, but I'm going to share it with you guys. This little clip here, I did not need to take this bolt out. This actually clips in here, and this little, I'm going to snap it in here. You guys can watch. I'm going to go ahead and push this in here, and it locks in there. Oh, no, I didn't get it all the way in there. But when you push this in there, this collar, that little pin right there, that actually locks that in there. So when I got to push it in there, I don't want to push it in there because I just got to turn around and take it back out. But that you push that in there, and then this will allow this to come back out. So I might have had it in there backwards. Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, I can push it in there and it'll lock in. I don't want to lock it in right now, so I just got to take it back out. So this is what goes in there. I'm gonna go put this back in there. So if you happen to be going to a junkyard or something like that, and you need to release one or get one out pretty quickly, that little pin right there along the side, you push that pin in, and that seatbelt, the bottom of the seatbelt comes right out. Another little thing, just thought I'd share. Let me work on that, make sure we can get it out, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to test the seatbelt, and I'll show you how we got to do that. Okay, so I got my little tester here set to ohms, and since I only have one hand, I'm going to try to do this. I use the little alligator clip to clip onto those. See those two little posts in there? We should be able to test those. And it should come up to 2 to 3 ohms. The other end of that wire is clipped on there. That should be able to come around and touch on there. So if I go over to my ohm meter, I have 0.75, 0.5 or whatever. They're supposed to be like 2 to 3 I don't have anything there. So that tells us that, yep, this seatbelt, we are down the right path. I tried to look over some of this stuff and look on this date code here. I'm not sure if that would, well, that one right there, that 05 right there, that may tell me that this is the original one that was in here that they never fixed. So, well, I guess we got to get a new seat belt, and then we'll get that installed and see if that fixes everything. Okay, so looks like we have a new seat belt that I did end up ordering. It is a used one. I asked them to make sure that it was okay. So we're gonna go ahead and check the ohm meter, you know, like we did earlier on the other one. It just read zeros all the time. So we're gonna actually click on this one here. We're gonna see if it, there it is. There's that 1.819. Earlier I read it was 2.3 or 2.4. So there's, I think, where we want it to be. They said at least 2.2 to 2.0 to 3.0 should be good to go. So I think we are okay. We should be able to go ahead and unclip this out of here. This is way too big. There we go. That clip out of there like that, and then this then comes out, because of course the other one is already on there. I'm going to save that for testing for something else. But this should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead, just like we put it in, I'm going to go ahead and take their way I showed you to take out the old one. Of course, we just put it back in. All right, so thought I'd bring you guys back. Make sure my microphone is on. So everything is connected, and I'm going to go ahead and connect this here. I'm hoping that for some reason, you know, a bad seatbelt or something in it's malfunctioned, and I plug all this stuff back in and all the freaking airbags go off or some goofy thing like that. So I thought I'd record it because I don't know what the hell's going to happen. So here's my ground, or my neutral, my negative. Go in here first. I wish this car had a top mount instead of these back ones. So there we heard it ding a little bit. So I know we've got connections and everything. All right, so we turned everything on, and look, so far, no airbag light down there. So let's go ahead and start it. Make sure. Start it up. Airbag light flashes. Hopefully it goes out. Oh my gosh, look at that. You know how happy this makes me. This has been an issue I've been fighting for a long time. So just a matter of go ahead and putting some plastic back together. And hey, we got this one solved, guys. We'll get this one wrapped up. We send her back down the road. We got airbags working on this thing again. And I'm super excited because this has been a few years in the making of me trying to finally getting the vehicle back and working on it. It's been with my daughter forever and just hadn't had the time to really dive into it and figure out things. So hopefully this, a little bit of shorter steps for you to get something figured out and yeah, get things working again. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Hey, I'm happy. This is a great night. All right, let's go. Hope you guys get some of your DIY projects to turn out great like this, and we'll see you next time. Later. Yes. Now just a matter of putting all this plastic back in. Good thing it's in a warm garage.